Hello, welcome to another episode of Wandering Photography. We've made a small trek which involved 3 trains and a bus and we're now in Volendam in the Netherlands. It is markedly colder here than it was in Belgium, that's for sure. Although when the sun is out, it is also quite warm, so that's fun. Anyway, we're going to have a bit of a wander around along the coastline, and we're going to walk from Volendam, where we are now, up through to Edam and back again. I think there's a castle where we're headed, and I think it's about 3 kilometres up there, maybe 4, and then back again. So it shouldn't be too challenging, she says, but I think there'll be some interesting things to take photos of along the way. So as long as it doesn't rain, I've probably just jinxed it, we should be okay. But either way, we'll see how we get on, shall we? Let's go see what we can find. I was just reading up about these boats. So there's 4 left. There used to be fishing boats, but there used to be 220 of them in the harbour, and they would go out from midnight on Sunday and be back on Saturday morning, and some of them, to keep room in the house, would just sleep on the boat permanently. They used to do a lot of fishing, predominantly for eels. My plan had been to go back along that way, but it looks like there's been a fire, so the whole road is blocked off, which means we can't really walk along the coast. And I think I might just do a little bit of shopping whilst I'm here and do that today, and then hopefully we can get back along that way tomorrow, because otherwise it's just going to be a long walk through sort of housing estates, and I wanted to walk by the water. Good morning, we are back. actually had a very nice afternoon. I ate Dutch pancakes, did a bit of souvenir shopping, and read my book by the harbour, and I felt a bit better afterwards. So now we are back to it. We are going to do the walk all the way along the coast to the castle. Looks like we can get down the road now, which is good. This wind is very cold. I can barely feel my ears. Well, from the maps it looks like you can walk up here on the right hand side and then see out to the sea. But the building work they're doing seems to go all the way along the footpath. So instead we are walking along the road. Yay. Not quite what I was after. Now this is more what I was thinking. It is quite windy. I brushed my hair last night and now I've left it down. I should probably put it back up. There's a portion of the water here that's like black. I don't know why. It doesn't go all the way out to sea, but it's definitely black on the bit that's coming up to shore. My plan was to go across here, so because the castle fort is just like behind these houses. I'm not sure if I can cross. Well, there's a sign pointing that way, which to me implies I can go across there. What does it say? It's got an English, enter at your own risk. Oh, okay. Fine. My risk it is. The fort is in there on that island. If you can see the little chimneys poking up. 1. I forgot my hairband. It is sat on the side at home. At the place I'm staying. On the bedside table, so that's good. 2. I should have checked when the fort is open. Only on a Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. 3. My camera battery is on 1 bar. And my spare camera battery is in my backpack, which is also in my room. But that doesn't really matter because I have really enjoyed my walk along the sea up to here, even if half of it had building work going on one side. there's a lot of wildlife about, which is very nice, and I am thoroughly enjoying. I did put my long lens on for a bit, got a photo of a few things, although by the time I got it on, obviously all the things I wanted to photograph disappeared. Although I don't think I really had much hope of photographing the swallows or swifts or whatever they were, because they were very swift. So my plan now is to walk along this side of the canal back through into Edam, and then from Edam head down through to Volendam. I think it all kind of merges into one town really, and then that will be one circular loop that we have done, and we've been to see the coast, seen some nature, and then see some of the buildings too. So yeah, it'll be a nice little round walk, I think. And the weather is lovely, although the wind is a bit cold, but the sun is very warm, so when you get out of the wind, like now, it is very pleasant. So let's continue, shall we? It is funny because all of the postcards and souvenirs and a lot of what you see when you look online, there's like, you just think there's going to be windmills everywhere. There's going to be tulip fields right next to all the windmills, and then like you've got all of these nice old green buildings in Volendam, and it looks like every single magnet I looked at, apart from one, had the green buildings with a windmill over the top of it. There is no windmill in Volendam. We're currently in Edam, and I'm just coming across a windmill. There is not one in Volendam, and there's no tulips in this area, so I don't really understand why. I guess they bring it all together into one to make the spectacle. I don't know. It is very pretty here. But I'm just going to stop and take a photo of this windmill. tell you what they have done a very good job of in Volendam, and that is parking. There is absolutely tons of it all over the place. But in like good out of the way places. So hats off to them for that. I am also about to eat my words because, hang on, I have found, oh, I don't think you can see it. I have found a windmill. And I mean, we are kind of on the outskirts of Volendam now, so I don't know if I can get away with saying it is or it isn't in Volendam. But I shall take back my earlier statement. Be a baby on this Gossander's back, but I have my wrong lens on. Of course I do. Okay, quick change. I don't remember what I called it. I think I just called it a Gossander. I actually think it's a Great Crested Grebe. Feel free to correct me in my comments. I can't remember. The baby is so cute though. It's just sticking its head out. I hope it comes out in those photos. Also, I just realised there's a whole load of like shells on the path. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's purposeful. Weird. Kind of wish I'd got a magnet with a windmill on it now, because that windmill is cool. But there we go. I did not, because I did not know there was one and I was being stubborn. Just gonna have a quick mooch round the harbour. I had some kibling and fruit for my lunch and it was delicious. It's just fried cod, but it tastes better than fish and chips home, I'll tell you that much. Probably because the fish is really fresh. But anyway, a quick wander around the harbour and then I think that'll be that for the day. It has been a lovely day, I will say. Although I have done a lot of walking again. It's a good job I had an operation on my legs, isn't it? That was the cutest thing. Hang on, I've got to take a little photo. So a grebe had caught a fish, brought it over to the one that's got the babies on its back, and then it was trying to give it to one of the babies, but the fish was like the same size as the baby. So then the baby fell off the mum's back and it was then still trying to eat the fish, but it kept dropping it, so the other adult kept coming back and picking the fish up and trying to give it back to the baby, and then in the end just gave up and ate the fish itself. And it was so cute, and I tried to take photos and I don't know if I got them or not, but I hope I did, because if I did, I'm showing them to you now. If you've ever watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, does this remind you of like the start when the island goes all bust because they don't have any fish to catch anymore, or whatever happens there? They end up having no fish, and then it looks a bit like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed our exploration of Volendam and Edam. It's just been quite pleasant. Definitely feel like the cobwebs have been blown away, that's for sure. It's been a nice circular route and a good bit of exploration of the Netherlands towns outside of Amsterdam. So I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!